So I asked AI a question about business strategy for my school group that I run. And guess what? It got it wrong. In this video, I'm going to talk about what that business question was that I asked it, what the strategy is that I was talking about, and what it means for me and my group and this channel going forward. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Will Bradwell. I run this channel and I also have a local marketing company that sells shared mailers to local businesses. I've sent out 30,000 9x12 shared postcards so far. And I also run EDDM Tools, a software company that makes tools to automate and simplify the process of running these EDDM campaigns with a variety of tools to help you pick routes, track your QR code response, and do all the paperwork that is needed for USPS. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my school group, EDDM School, that I've been running for the last few months, and where I'm at with it and where it's going to be going forward, and what AI got completely wrong about my strategy for it moving forward. So to give a little context, I joined school as a group owner a couple months back when Alex Ramosi made a big pitch about it. I've been running the group and we've gotten a consistent flow of members, a lot thanks to YouTube and my videos on here talking about my EDDM tools and everything else around it. But I haven't really done much else with the group besides that. I have a few little modules of a introductory kind of concept about the shared mailers and like what to do with them. But I've always felt like it's like I've always been in this like weird place between Lorraine has his complete, A to Z systems that he's built up, and I'm an elite member, and I've been an elite member for probably about 2 years now. And he has so many courses that go into all the different parts of the 9x12 and beyond. And then you have Mitch Debo with the 9x12 side hustle that he has a ton of information too for getting started and kind of growing your 9x12. So I've felt like the information is out there already for the 9x12 for, how to do it, how to get started, how to go through all that. And so it was just about like, all right, finding what do I talk about for EDDM School that is already something covered everywhere else. And so I never really did anything with it. I use it as a way to like kind of host my tools, have videos on my walkthroughs, direct people there to be able to have conversations with me in my own community. So I'm not like stepping on other people's toes and other people's groups. But other than that, I haven't really done a whole lot with it. And so I, but I do have a great group in there and a lot of people contributing, a lot of people leaving their thoughts and having great conversations in there. But I wanted to see what else I could do. And so I had an idea to kind of do a fresh approach. So I posted in my school group this past week, asking what everybody thought about a rebrand of the group. When I came up with the EDDM School name, it was just a first light bulb that popped in my head. I run EDDM Tools, EDDM School on school, just makes sense as a quick, the domain was available and the school group name was available. So I just did it, pull the trigger, and it's great because quick and perfect action beats perfection every time. And this is a testament to that because I started the group months ago instead of waiting until I have a complete brand strategy laid out. Has allowed me to grow organically in all this time since then. So what I've done is I posted in the group this past week asking everybody what do they think about a fresh approach for the new year. And I laid out a couple options for like what the new group name could be. Mailbox Marketing Mastery was one choice, and Local Print Profits was the other choice. And after I made this post, I decided, like a lot of things in life, I asked ChatGPT what it thinks. So I gave it my post, my announcement post about it, what I said about it, and the 3 options, and I asked it, "What do you think is gonna be the outcome of this? What do you think from these choices people are going to be picking?" And it said, "Most likely, everybody's gonna," or the 3rd option they had in there was to just stay as EDDM School, keep focused on what we're already focused on, no need to change what's working. And so AI figured people like familiarity, people like what you've already built, they joined for a reason, so nobody's gonna wanna change it. You're gonna see maybe a little bit of traction for 1 or 2 of the other names, but most likely, you're just gonna get a lot of people saying, "Keep it the same." And so I was like, "Alright, let's see." I mean, AI knows a lot about me. It knows a lot about my tools, about my community, because I ask it a lot of things back and forth for strategy and for content ideas, all that kind of stuff. And so I thought maybe it knows. And it was completely 100% wrong. I got absolutely 0 views for keeping it as EDDM School. And what I did get was pretty much an even split between Mailbox Marketing Mastery and local print profits. And pretty much everybody in the comments said, I like 1 and 2. So pretty much nobody liked staying as EDDM School. Everybody wanted mailbox marketing information and local print information. So that tells me that those 2 angles are a gap in the market that I can uniquely fill. Because I have done some targeted mailers. I have done postcards and flyers for a couple of my advertisers from my 9x12s already. So I do know a bit of the strategy behind it, the pricing behind it, all that kind of stuff. And so combining those 2, a lot of people ask, I want information on both. So I was like, well, I'll definitely make individual programs and courses around each of those concepts to dive deep more into the full mailbox stack of things you can do besides just EDDM 9x12 shared mailers. And then also go into the print side and all the things you can do with local print marketing. Because I've been in a bunch of courses over time about being a print broker, stuff from Dr. Ben Atkins, stuff from Jake, stuff from the Offline Sharks. So there's a lot of different things you can do with print, and having that mixing piece of having like an elite membership with Jake, where you get basically wholesale printing, or if you own a local print shop yourself already, you can do these things at your own cost. And how to expand beyond just shared mailers that are a great foot in the door, but not always the most profitable in aggregate if you're not able to completely sell out every card every single time. So what I was thinking then, because I like alliteration, is what about uh, print and post? And so I came up with the idea print and postal profits. And when I ran that by AI, after I told it, hey, guess what? You were wrong. Everybody likes these 2 other things. And I gave it a couple of ideas. I was like, print and postal pros, um, print and postal other things. And it said, go with print and postal profits lab. And I like the concept of a lab because it is something that implies what it actually is. There's no one formula that you'd say, just do this and it will work in every single demographic, every niche, every person out there that's going to be needing this marketing. You just send this one email out and you'll have your cards filled in 7 to 10 days. That doesn't exist. If it did exist, we'd see just many more success stories for everybody in all the different groups. What we usually do see is I did this, I copy and pasted, I posted this in these groups, and I didn't see any results. Um, because that's the thing. The idea behind things needs to be translated into your local market. It needs to be translated into your own personal voice. So when you're talking about it, you have to speak it from your voice. When I use AI sometimes to help me kind of think through a post, I I give it what I'm thinking, and then it gives me something, and I'm like, that it hits all the right notes, but it doesn't sound like me. And so then I have to give it like some samples of my own videos and my own writing for it to understand what my voice is, what my intonation is, where I come at things from. And it realizes that I'm a lot more collaborative and less prescriptive. It finds ways about how I talk, and then it can modulate itself in order to present a better phrasing of whatever it is that I'm trying to say. And so it's the same thing for 9 by 12. It's the same thing for other print and marketing materials, advertising they need to do. You need to find your own voice in it. And so that's why I like the idea of it being a lab, because we all come together and we work through things and we share what works, what doesn't work, and we can tone it to our own ways. And it's a constant progression towards growing more and more and developing more and more things together. So I'm going to run that by the group and send a bunch of DMs about what people think of that, because it hits on both of the key things. Print, meaning all things print, brochures, business cards, flyers, door hangers, all those different kind of marketing materials that a lot of times local business owners are just either getting at Kinko's or FedEx Kinko's, whatever they're called these days, or Office Depot, or just going on to like Vistaprint and just getting whatever they need from there, because it's easiest for them because they see them marketing all the time about all their print needs. So if companies like Vistaprint can afford advertising ad nauseum pretty much everywhere all the time, at least I see them everywhere all the time, then you can definitely see that there's a margin out there for being able to sell print to more people, especially if you're a local person that can provide them great customer service at a competitive price to doing these online things. You can help them with design. You can help them with a lot of other things that might be holding them back from being effective with their print marketing materials. And then on the other side, you got the postal. So everything having to do with mailing goes under that bucket. So besides 9 by 12 shared mailers, you have targeted mailings, especially for businesses that want to reach a very specific target group. Uh, EDDM, you can hit a big swath of people for pretty cheap, but when only, 5 to 10% of those people in that 10,000 piece mailing is actually an ideal target, then you're not really going to be as effective as sending a solo mailer, calling out to them directly where they live and knowing that they meet your exact specifications for what you want to sell them. So those kind of things, they're higher barrier to entry because they do require knowing a bit more about the business itself and who they want to reach, as well as knowing how to get these lists and how to fulfill this kind of thing. Because with a 9 by 12, it's pretty simple. You get a big 9 by 12 card in Canva, you start putting the ads where they go for each of the businesses, and they pay you, and then you collect the profit on the back end. But with the solo mailers and direct mail going to targeted lists, it's a lot more technical. There's a lot more importance on the design because you only have your one ad that needs to catch people's attention, and you're not gonna get to ride the coattails of like the 6 other businesses that are on that front side. They might have other coupons that they're interested in, so you get the free space while they're looking at the others to see your offer. So there's a lot more involved in the design and the target selection and all that kind of stuff to go into. Besides that, there's also new movers. A lot of these places where everybody lives, there's always new people coming in, and they're a prime target for a lot of home services, that people need when they're new to a town. They don't already have contacts built up. They don't already have a plumber that they've been working with for the last 20 years. They don't already have an electrician that's helped them out the last 3 times that their power has gone out and they needed their breakers replaced. They don't have all these relationships. So they are a much higher value prospect to local businesses that serve new homeowners. So that's a whole nother vertical that you can go into with mailings. Um, you can do smaller mailings like the community card, and you can do little directories. You can do big directory cards. You can do so many different things with postal services besides just the 9x12. So we'll be able to go into all that in the print and postal profits lab. So that'll be the new brand going forward. This will still be my EDDM Tools channel because I will be building more tools around these, products because that's what I like to do. I like to find the pieces of a process that suck and find a way to make them easier and simpler and more enjoyable. So that's what I'll be talking about more and more in the group. I'm going to be coming up with courses for all the different levels. And with that, I will be switching to paid plans starting probably in the new year. So this gives you a couple weeks to join. If you're finding this video, you can just head over to EDDMschool.com. It'll send you straight over to the group right now. And join now because starting January 1st will be at $9 a month or $49 a year to get access to it. But if you want to get in now, go ahead and head over to EDDMschool.com and join. So that way you can be grandfathered into the standard level where these courses will be unlocked at level 2. So that's how things will be structured going forward. And you'll see the new title in the group and everything probably hitting January 1st as well. I like to also kind of test things out as they go. So this will be my first year was EDDM School, and then next year as the Print and Postal Profits Lab, and see how the growth compares between the two. That's just something I like to do. On that note, I'll have another future video coming out in the next couple weeks, probably into the new year, where I break down my profit and loss for my shared mailing side of my business under Dade Local and all the ads that I sold and the cost and everything that went into that versus my EDDM Tools software business and how much money each of them made and how much each of them profited. So you have a complete view into the business. It's one of the things that I've liked most about the Smart Passive Income podcast with Pat Flynn. He would always do income reports. John Lee Dumas with Entrepreneur on Fire, he would always share his monthly or yearly revenue results. And I always found those interesting to get a real view on the business. So I'll be making my own kind of profit and loss breakdown for each of the different businesses that I'm involved in with this. So that way you can kind of see where things are at, so you can make your own decisions on how to kind of structure your own offers and what kind of balance you can do for your own business going forward. So that'll be the news. That'll be what's coming up very soon. So in the meantime, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the new branding for my school group and what you want to see covered the most in there, because I'll be pushing out a lot more content in it, because once I've found my own kind of lane, my own little niche that I can do deeper dives into, then I'll be able to share more with y'all. So let me know what your top course that you'd be most interested in seeing first in the new Print and Postal Profits Lab is. And then head over to EDDMschool.com for now and join through there. And you'll be able to get locked in at the free rate before we bring up the price coming in the new year. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Till then, take care, y'all. Bye.